All right, guys, we are live with Cappuccino, Cunnliingus, episode number 31. First one of the new year. So,
Is this the first one of the new year?
first one of the new year. I haven't done one because I've been waiting on you.
Oh, I feel like that.
We haven't been able to sit down and talk since before the election, even.
There was one day where we did a podcast over at the island. We did like an hour podcast, I think. It was something short.
Yeah.
And that's like the last real conversation that we had.
Like on being recorded, yeah.
I mean, after that, I think I've only seen you like 3 or 4 times since then, and it's been like half an hour conversations.
Yeah, we've only been able to get down for like lunch or something.
Yeah, like I came here once. I played Grand Theft Auto with you once before.
For Extra Life, yeah, we did Extra Life, but that was its own thing. I didn't want to do a podcast with it, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, yeah, a whole 3 months to catch up on?
Yeah, February is pretty much
Can we condense that down to 15 minutes? 3 months and 15 minutes?
Yeah, what have you been up to, sir?
Everything. I've literally job hopped so many times in the last 3 months.
Oh, so yeah, tell the people about your come up and your
come up and come down. Come up and come down.
Your come up and your stick it to the man. I'll put it that way.
All right. I'll start talking. You close the door.
Okay.
So, what had happened was,
Get real when you gotta close the door.
right? Well, I didn't want to interrupt them and bellow barking and everything. So what happened was I had a job previously that I was like seasonal with, and what had happened was I was invited to come back for a holiday, and it turned into a full-time position at that point. And I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to do anything because it's still pending and everything. But what happened was I walked in, and I immediately saw that some things had changed in there, and they didn't change for the better. So what had happened was I took down some notes. I got some pictures. I did my due diligence with moving forward at that point. There were security cameras put in that were recording certain things in there that weren't.
On their part was dumb.
Well,
Let
me put it this way: I don't have anything that will. There was nothing there that would incriminate me in any type of wrongdoing.
Yeah, it wasn't smart for them. On their part, installing cameras was what they were trying to do. It wasn't smart.
Yes, because there is proof, in a sense, that there is that there was something wrong. That things that should not have been done.
Yeah.
That it got to the point when working full time there, I put in during the holiday week, I'd put in over 50 hours, and it was great. The paycheck was great. It's just I would not be able to do that every week. There's no possible way I'd be able to do that. I mean, my schedule.
You would be able to, but it's a matter of what you said earlier. You didn't feel like you were being challenged.
No, that's a different place. Oh. This is.
Yeah.
I was talking about the most recent place I was at.
Oh, I know you went somewhere after I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. After for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it was an interesting story because I had my girlfriend come to work because she wanted a paycheck for the holiday, so I wish she could buy her kid some clothes and get some stuff that she needed, just celebrate the holiday and birthday coming up and everything. So, it was an opportunity for us to get some money coming in.
For sure.
And it was great, and up till we both had our hours cut, and that upset her a little bit in a sense, which I don't blame her. I mean, she had put in 5 hours less than I did total because she wasn't there the first day, but I had her. There was one day I did not go home. I slept in the parking lot in my car, and I was there nearly 48 hours. Yeah. They worked the line. They worked the assembly line until 11 o'clock at night. We moved everything out to a refrigeration truck, and then I'd slept in my car right next to the truck.
Yep.
And I slept in my car until I didn't get to sleep until 1:30 because we were moving stuff from 11 to like 1:30. So at like 2 o'clock is when I went to sleep in my car. And I told them, I was like, I'll probably wake up at like 5:36 and come in. So like when whoever gets here first, just come on out and knock on the window and I'll be right in. And graciously, they had let me not nap in until 8 o'clock, but I came in at 8 o'clock, Christmas Eve, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I had worked until 6 o'clock at night with one break because that's what I chose to do.
Okay, it's also holiday, so it's hectic.
Yeah, we had over 200 orders that needed to go out, and I will say that our production area is no bigger than the living room.
Okay.
Like the main production area, the walk-in is probably about the size of this room.
Okay.
And the front area is small. The entire store is probably about the size of the house. I will say that it is probably maybe a little bit smaller than that.
And you had to fill 200 orders.
We had to fulfill 200 orders.
That's crazy.
We had no place to store any of our production materials, let alone finished product. We had gotten to, when it was all said and done, when the owner had shut us off, we were at 77% of orders completed for Christmas. And we had to cancel orders, fulfill orders at later dates. And it was hectic because people were gone for the holiday. So we didn't have the opportunity to be, hey, it's good to see you. We missed your order. Would you like it tomorrow? Because they were gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They were leaving Christmas Eve, and these people wanted to surprise them. Yeah. Which is the problem with that business is if you're trying to surprise somebody, you really can't do that. You need, hey, what time are you going to be home? Why do you want to know what time I'm home? I'm sending you something. What are you sending me?
Yeah.
You can't really do surprises, especially on our end. It's like time fulfillment. We kind of had, like, we can do that, especially with pickups. You have to be done by a certain time. But like,
I feel like my family's had situations happening with that company before.
Probably.
Where,
I believe it. You guys are rich.
Someone ordered something for somebody, and like they didn't know it was coming, so they weren't there, and they had gone out, and like they were like, oh, well, you know.
They got a door tag.
Well, they got a door tag, but like the product had been out for too long, so they just had to like scrap it.
Oh, and get it remade. Yeah.
Well, they weren't gonna remake it. They were like, no.
Really?
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. If at least if I was the one that was doing it, I don't leave it there. It stays in the refrigeration truck, like that's being driven around until there's somebody signs for it. Because if somebody doesn't sign for it, then this business is liable for anything that happens. If somebody gets sick or if somebody...
Oh, they didn't leave it on the porch. They put it back in the truck, but they told them that they couldn't bring it back.
It might have been like closing time or something, and you guys live out in the fucking middle of nowhere.
No, this was
up north.
This was
It might have been closing time. I mean, I've had to make some calls like that, but you know, it's not a situation that you want to be in.
Yeah.
And I was the one that was putting out fires and having to. No. I was in the position where I needed to talk to people and say, I'm sorry we missed your order. When will you be back in town? This and that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can I give you anything? Would you like a 6-count box of strawberries? Can I throw in a balloon for you? Like, just trying to make up for, you know, not fulfilling their order the first time and like having it be so many days late. We didn't finish our last Christmas order until the day after New Year's.
Damn.
That's a whole week.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's a whole week that those people.
I'm sure you have new orders between then.
You got normal day is between 10 and 15 orders for the.
That thing still scares the shit out.
There's normal days between 10 and 15 orders, so tack on X per day for how many days you miss.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because it's a holiday. So after that fiasco, we had like I said, girlfriend went and did the same thing I did. Took pictures, got the evidence that we had, because there was problems with black mold. There was fire exits being blocked. There was faulty electric. There was water leaking. No, you didn't tell me that.
So like we were moving in, and like I remember one of the people told me, "Yo, that's black mold." It's like he's like you scrub it with some Windex, not Windex. You scrub it with this one cleaning material. You wipe it away. Goes away. It comes back every now and then. So you just
no, it doesn't. If you get rid of it, it shouldn't come back.
No, but I'm just saying. So I did that shit, and then it went away. And obviously, it was just like on the surface. It went away.
Because you didn't get the roots of it. It was...
No, I know. Trust me, I know. But I'm saying, like, the landlord had to have people come in because, like, right before the people before us moved out, one of them, like, kicked their door handle so it was broken and the house was fucked up. It needed new paint. It needed all that shit. So, like, when they were painting, I was like, yo, just so you know, there's black mold right there. And the guy was like, really? I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay. And he just painted over it.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry, just because you mentioned black mold.
No, it's fine. There was the black mold. There was there was on the air filters, and the air filters were being stored in the bathroom. Like literally, if you're sitting right there, and that's the toilet. To your left, like probably like right here, is where the moldy filters were. So you were shitting that, you were breathing it in.
Yeah, well, it was actually, so I was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Black mold?
Yeah.
So, like, the toilet was right here, and the black mold was right above the shower right
Ooh.
here.
Yeah. Damn.
Apparently it's common in bathrooms.
Yeah, I believe it.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
You had it in the bathroom, I had it in the bathroom.
Well, it was on their air filters, and they had stored their used air filters in the bathroom.
Oh, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah, that's bad. And like I said, on top of that, I had to move metal shelving out of the way. I had to take boxes upon boxes upon boxes off of metal shelving. Find a place for that. Move the metal shelving out of the way and rearrange it so that way it's in a place where you can put stuff back on the shelves, store stuff, and have enough of a passageway to get to the back door. That has the exit. Because there's a choke point between the front of the store and the back of the store in one area. Legally, from what my understanding was, that choke point is considered a fire hazard if something were to break out and that's blocked off. If your back door is blocked or locked, you have no escape. That's a fire hazard. So the way the store was arranged, there was no way that people would be able to get out if something were to happen.
Yeah.
And because we're working with double boilers, because we're working with heavy machinery in some points, and because of how small it is, there's a high risk that something could happen.
For sure.
My entire concept behind it was, let me just make sure this is open, so if we need to get to it, we can get to it. And lo and behold, the last time I'd worked there, the back door, you could go in and out. You didn't have to open the door handle all the way. You could just crack it a little bit and the door would open. I'd thrown myself against this door as hard as I could. I weigh over 250 pounds. I couldn't budge it. I could not open this door.
No, even...
Yeah. Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah. UFC heavyweight, motherfucker.
Yeah, sure. No.
Yeah. But
I'm telling you, only you strongman, bro. You're killing strongman.
Just today, like we're doing at the protest I was at today, we had somebody donated $100 worth of water. It was a pallet, just a whole pallet of water, and the guy was bringing it down. He had 2 left on the thing. I was like, just give me those 2, I'll take it. And like he looked at me, he was like, you sure you got this? I was like, dude, I got it. This is easy. Like for me, I can do this. He's like, all right. So he loaded me up, and I had it like this at first. I had like my arms underneath of it.
You're carrying, and you don't even know it. That's why I love it.
And then like my arms kind of bowed out a little bit, so I started carrying it like this.
Yep. Closer to your body, let your body hold it.
Yeah, I had it like almost against my hips.
You already know. See?
So I'd carried it, I don't know, maybe 300 meters. I'd that'd be an easy measurement for you.
Yeah, so I understand meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 300 meters to the staging area that they were at. So, I mean, I get it. So imagine me throwing myself at a door that I can't even open. How could somebody your size, or even somebody, her size, or somebody even somewhere between us that can't do it?
I mean, if you want to get down to its size, I mean, yeah, force does equal mass times acceleration, but like at the same time, like
if you're talking about a lot of mass coming at you,
but I'm saying like there's a difference between power production and mass.
I threw myself at that door, like full strength.
No.
Like shoulder first, elbow here, and like had like a 5 foot come up to it. Yeah. Nothing. Couldn't do it. So that was my I need to do something about this moment. And then the hours thing happened, and that set her off.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just like, I'm just going to do something real quick. And that's what started the whole collapse around that. But like I said, as far as my understanding goes, I mean, that should not have been blocked. I know I was right to move everything out of the way, but it should not have been locked. It should not have been at the point where even me throwing all my weight at it, should not have been able to get to it.
Yeah.
Not get through it.
Yeah.
So I found a new job, and I put in my 2 weeks notice there, and that was 2 weeks ago. But I've been filling in applications and doing stuff.
Where are you living?
I want to do somewhere on the books, but somewhere that's not in the kitchen. I want to get back into retail. I liked retail. It was good. It's just the place I was at, there were so many dummies.
So where are you looking?
I recently filled out a couple applications at the mall that has a couple stores looking. I think I might do a couple.
That's why you could probably get you.
Well, I was thinking about that, but also telecom. I'm thinking like AT&T and stuff.
Oh, okay. Honestly, as soon as you said telecom, my first thought was workaholics.
No, not customer care. No, I can't. No.
Okay.
How we talk? No.
No, absolutely.
I wouldn't pass. I wouldn't pass the first interview.
No, I understand. That's why I was like, yo, I wouldn't, like, I recently decided I didn't want to be a teacher anymore, and then I was like, yeah, like, that probably makes a lot of sense, because, like, I just say fucking shit and balls, like, absolutely, it's like...
It just comes out without you realizing. It doesn't come out, it comes out without you realizing it.
Yeah, like, I'd be talking to a second grader, be like, yo, what the fuck you doing, man? Like, you gotta wake up.
Get woke.
It's bullshit. What, nobody talks to you like this anymore? You're in second grade. Shit, you're 7.
You call that a G? Come on, man. That shit whack.
Exactly.
So, you had just done. You've been training for the longest time. You were doing CrossFit.
Last time I wasn't still in CrossFit before I moved out.
The last time we talked, the last time I had you on, you were still doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
You were a trainer.
Oh, no, I'm still a trainer. I
Yes.
just don't do it.
Okay.
Like, both of my jobs right now are coaching CrossFit, but I don't do CrossFit.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I stopped really doing CrossFit in August.
Uh-huh.
And I started focusing on powerlifting.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really August and September. I did, like, 2 months really hard of just, like, strict powerlifting. So, squat, bench, deadlift. And then, like, focusing on strength.
Mm-hmm.
And then come October, well, towards end of September, beginning of October, I found out. So, like, I was driving into Miami to work with this Oli coach that was at my old box, like my first box for CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I was going down there once a week to work with me. He was like, "Yo, like, you're driving 2.5 hours to work with me once a week. Like, this isn't gonna work." Like,
yeah,
he's like,
that's not
I feel
sustainable.
Like I'm just taking money from you. Like,
mm-hmm.
To be entirely honest, like, you're better off looking at somewhere closer to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, cool, that makes sense. And I was like, if I was going to go there, I'd go to this place called Ape Squad. And he was like, that's exactly where I would tell you to go. So
yeah.
he gave me the person's number. And end of September, I want to say it was the beginning of October is when I actually went.
Mm-hmm.
I went and I wound up working with this dude, and I did kind of like, for October, I kind of did a blend of powerlifting and Olympic weightlifting, but the powerlifting was fucking up my Olympic weightlifting because a lot of it was more straight shin, and like Olympic weightlifting is not like you want to start with your knees or like or that wasn't something that I was accustomed to.
Yeah.
And like I was still living here, so I wasn't gonna drive to H Squad to work with my coach every day,
which is an hour and 20-minute drive.
Yeah, so like it got to the point where I was a remote athlete for him, and like.
Mm-hmm.
The way that I was taking my videos, at that point I still didn't understand video analysis, so like the angles, like he couldn't tell what the issue was until I was with him. And I was only there maybe once every other week at that point. And then end of October, I was like, alright, cool, I'm going to start going here more often. I started going there 3-4 times a week and just decided to focus on Olympic weightlifting. And come November, really started to focus on it. At that point I was still... Actually, what was I doing? No, I wasn't working as a CrossFit coach anymore. I stopped working as a CrossFit coach in October.
Mm-hmm.
Working at a bodybuilding powerlifting gym, and then GNC.
Yeah.
And then come the beginning of December, I talked to my coach, and I was like, yo, fuck this, like, I can't do it anymore. Like, basically, we got to the point where everybody at the gym was telling me that I was doing more work than the other people. Like, they were all sitting behind a desk, like, on their laptops, like, reading books, like, on their phones, all this other shit. And then the owners would tell me...
And you were the one scrubbing toilets.
Yeah, they were like, yo, you go scrub the toilets, go off the floor, go wipe down all the dust off all the machines, go wipe down all the mats, go fucking clean the mirrors, go and pretty much do everything. And I was like, cool, like, I have no problem doing that. But then when I found out that nobody else was doing that, and, like, there was one point in time where they cut my hours to give hours to another girl, and then they were like, oh yeah, so she didn't do this yesterday, so I need you to do it. And it's like, okay, so the girl that you cut my hours to give hours to...
wasn't doing the stuff that you could have done in that time.
Yeah, wasn't doing the stuff that you're making me do now. Like, I'm sorry, what? And that was the beginning of it. And then people told me, they were still telling me, like, dude, like, you're still doing more than anybody else does, so I don't get it. And then they were still cutting my hours. So it's like, fuck this.
Were you also... Wasn't this also the place that you weren't getting a regular paycheck? It was like, here's a couple bucks, man, and then, like... couple weeks later, here's a couple more bucks, man.
Oh, no, they paid me cash around the table.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was nice. I just didn't have steady hours.
Yeah.
But, like, I was getting solid cash there. The CrossFit gym that I was working at, they didn't pay me at all.
Yeah.
That was the issue.
Yeah.
GNC was a steady paycheck, and this place was steady cash.
Yeah.
But then they started cutting my hours. So I was like, alright, cool, this isn't really sustainable. And I started talking to my coach about how I can get out of there. And he was like, yo, I know this gym looking, I know this gym looking, I know this gym looking. So I was like, okay, cool. Went and trained and interviewed at one of them. Didn't, like he welcomed me back, but he also said that he wasn't going to be looking for anybody for a couple months, and now he's actually closing down, so luckily I didn't decide to count on that.
Yeah.
Wound up going to another place, was working there pretty much every day, not getting paid for it because I was shadowing. That's what I was supposed to be doing in order to earn my spot there.
Yeah.
And then told me that none of his coaches got paid. They all did it in lieu of free membership. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's fucked. But then he was like, well, I like you, so I'm going to pay you.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I can do that. I can do that. But they were still only willing to give me limited hours.
Yeah.
So I was only going to get like a couple bucks.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was still... It was nice because I was able to go to H Squad every day because I was in this area. Well, I was in Orlando area, so that commute was a lot easier. It was a half an hour versus an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, so I was
When did you make at this point? When did you make the jump to be like, I want to do Olympic weightlifting?
Oh, that was end of October, beginning of November.
Okay.
Yeah. I realized powerlifting was fucking with my Olympic weightlifting.
Yeah.
And Olympic weightlifting was more fun, so I was like, I'm gonna focus on this and start going here more often. Strictly follow Olympic weightlifting. Then pretty much. Now,
before you go any further,
yeah.
You have to explain this to me because I don't know jack shit about any type of weights.
Okay.
I just know I can lift shit.
Okay.
I can lift heavy shit.
Yeah.
What's the difference between powerlifting and an Olympic weightlifting?
Okay, so powerlifting is squat, bench, deadlift. If you were to compete in powerlifting, it would be based on your squat, your bench, and your deadlift.
Okay.
So it's 3 lifts.
Yes.
I'm not sure how powerlifting meets work in terms of how many attempts at weights you get, because I've watched, but I mainly went for the environment, because, like, it's funny. Like, in powerlifting, you're going to find that everybody, when they train, they're by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They listen to heavy music, and they don't talk to anybody. It's, fuck you. Like, get away from me. Like, I'm lifting.
I'm in my zone, bro.
Pretty much. In meets, everybody's fucking screaming, and everybody wants everybody to lift the most amount of weight.
Uh-huh.
So it's like entirely different environment. And then when I realized with Olympic weightlifting was everybody's really, really, really hyped during training.
Uh-huh. And then when you get to, like, the actual weightlifting, it's like, don't harsh me, bro. I'm in the zone.
Well, see, that's actually where it's weird. That's what I was told it was like, but I did my first meet recently, and I'll jump back to that later.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that. But what I was always told was that because USAW is so calm, it was more of... But I did realize that, like, when I went on the platform, the music stopped. Like, everything was silent.
Where'd the tunes go?
Yeah, like, I was like, yo, like, I want music. What are you talking about? Like,
can you throw that jam back on, man?
Yeah, like, please, want to throw on some Day to Remember, bro? Yeah. Like, throw on some Amir, like, give me
something.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna grip this bar cold, what the fuck? But, yeah, so it's a little bit different. So, like, people aren't screaming while you're trying to lift.
Yeah.
Like, I totally want to know the salts, though. Bring a little bit of powerlifting to Olympic weightlifting. Like, just, right before I go on stage, fucking torqued out, it's the shit. Love it. But yeah, so I started focusing in November, and in December I saw that there was a meet, and it was actually held by the dude who I got my USA weightlifting certification from, and it was February 11th. So
the last time that we actually sat down and had like a for real conversation was that day you told me I'm gonna go do my first meet.
Okay, weird.
So that's the last time we like sat down and had like a half hour to like be like, yo, this is what I'm up to. Sweet, this is what I'm up to. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
So it's like
that was December. Shit.
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah, it's been 3 months. So
yeah.
Let me put this into perspective. Do you think the transition from CrossFit to even just coaching and then moving from like the powerlifting into the weightlifting, do you see that there's either progression or like a hard transition to go from one to the other?
They're very different energy systems.
Yeah.
So like CrossFit's a lot of aerobic.
Okay.
Like you're lifting weights, yeah, but you're doing it for 20 minutes. Like you're doing movements for 20 minutes. It's more about finding your breath, more about finding your pace and going, versus powerlifting. I mean, really, it's about force. Like it's about how much force can I apply. Olympic weightlifting is the same, but so I'll put it this way. I would say CrossFit is like strength and aerobic.
Okay.
Because you need strength, but you need that aerobic engine. It's extremely imperative.
Yeah.
Powerlifting is about force and strength. And Olympic weightlifting is about speed, strength, and technique. And when I say speed, strength, like it's not speed, strength. It's speed hyphen strength. So
it's how much you can do in a short amount of time. Yeah, explosive.
Because like the thing about it is, here's the thing: you're basically doing a squat, bench, and deadlift in one movement. You're doing a clean and jerk. I'm not saying it's not a bench. It's the jerk is, but it's a press.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're doing is you're pulling, you're exploding at the hip, pulling under the bar and catching it to squat it, stand it back up, and then you're holding it. You're holding that bar on your chest, taking a deep breath, dipping, jumping, sliding your feet out, and punching your shoulders to the sky.
Okay.
So you can lock that bar out.
Yeah.
And then you basically reset yourself. Snatch is doing that in one movement. So you have a wider grip. You start on the ground. Basically, you're deadlifting it really quickly. Use your hip. Whoop, pull under, shoot up because you're landing in an overhead squat and you have to stand that bar up.
Okay.
I personally think that it's a lot of fun. It keeps me more engaged than powerlifting did. Mainly because like I deadlift once a week, but I do sumo. I haven't benched in an extremely long time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I've mainly just been training, and then also like just after I moved to Winter Garden, my uncle hit me up and was like, "Yo, there's an Anytime Fitness looking for a trainer." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Sweet.
Like, he was like, "Oh,
what's up?" Yeah, go. Talk about your meet. I want people to know about.
Oh, wait, I want to listen to that now.
Talk about how it was and like the environment of it, and I'll be right back.
okay."
So.
Okay. All right. So like, now I'm just talking to y'all. How is everybody? Cool. So like, an Olympic weightlifting meet, if you care, it's basically. I thought it was set up by weight class. It's set up by the weight load. So, let's say they do snatch first, then they do clean and jerk. So let's say I'm opening up, like I opened up at 83 kilos for the snatch, which is 182 pounds. Yeah, 182 pounds. And then it didn't matter if I was 69 kilo, 62 kilo, 77 kilo, even though I competed as a 77. It was just you go and you hit that weight. So it's whoever you're moving up the board to go and hit that weight. I went 1 for 3 on the snatch, which was extremely disappointing because the snatch is my favorite lift. I overpulled 86 kilos because I was treating it like it was 90 kilos. And then 91, which is 200 pounds, I caught, but I failed to stand it up. So I actually wound up rocking back on my heels and losing it. And because of that, my coach has me competing. Well, my coach has me training weightlifting. Before that, I started in weightlifting shoes, but it was fucking. I hated it, man. It did not work for me. Like, it was extremely uncomfortable. And there was one day where I actually decided I was going to come in and snatch in my sandals. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'm just going to have fun with it.
That's some shit I would do.
I PR'd.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, throw your fucking weightlifting shoes away. And I was like, cool. So I started training in Converse.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, my total jumped.
Well, do you know why?
Because that's flat foot.
Flat foot, yep.
But here's the problem. In my meet, I landed, so I just told the nice people who listen about this.
Yeah.
I went 1 for 3 on the snatch.
Ooh.
I overpulled 86. Like, I hit 83, I overpulled
86 kilos.
Yeah. So I overpulled it because I treated it like 90.
Ah.
Back here, and I lost it.
Like that? For anybody wondering, he was sitting on a little stool, and as he threw his arm backwards, he almost fell into the bar. So.
And then 91 kilos, which is 200 pounds, which is something I hit in training at least 4 times. I rocked back on my heels after I caught it, and I lost it. So my coach was like, "Bro, no more flat shoe. You're wearing weightlifting shoes."
Well, is it because of the weight that you overdid it?
No, it was the foot position. To be entirely honest, it was the way that I landed in my foot position. Like, really, that's what it is. It's finding stability in your feet.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same point in time, if I want to compete in this at a high level, basically the way he put it, he's like, I'm 30. I'm not competing at a high level anymore. He's like, I don't give a fuck about competing in flat-soled shoes.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, if you want to go to nationals, like if you want to go to the American Open, like if you want to be an actual competitive weightlifter,
yeah.
I understand you're more comfortable in Converse, but at the highest level, like you have to wear weightlifting shoes.
Yeah. So
he was like, we have to get you adjusted, like somehow.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was 3 for 3 on the 31.
Times. Shit, I'm over 100 kilos. God damn it.
230.
It's 2.1 pounds per kilo. 2. God damn it. Goddamn metric system changing shit on me.
So it was 231.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Okay, so I went, and I'd only hit that for the first time a week before, and it took me 3 times to get it where it actually counts.
Okay.
I missed the first jerk. The second jerk, my elbows were soft.
Yeah.
So I would get red lighted.
Yeah.
Like I had to press it out.
Yeah.
If you press out,
yeah.
So you have to wind up jumping under. So I hit really nice. But afterwards, my coach was like, bro, we gotta get back on weightlifting shoes. And I was wearing my weightlifting shoes that I had worn before, and I kept fucking up this week, dude. Like, it was really, really bad. Like, it was fucking terrible. It was just too damn high for me. Fucking ground. So I wound up buying different weightlifting shoes yesterday.
I was gonna ask, can you get weightlifting shoes that are not as like high? Can you get ones that are flatter?
Well, see, here's the problem. Most of your weightlifting shoes are going to be 0.75 of an inch.
Okay.
Quarters of an inch.
Yeah.
Your Hours, your Adidas weightlifting shoes,
yeah.
They're that. Your Nike Romaleos, they're that. Those are the most two popular shoes in the market.
Yeah.
Positions are an inch. Like, most of them are like that. So they're only, I know when I say only $90, but like weightlifting shoes, like
$100.
The Romaleo 3s are $200.
Yeah.
That just came out.
Yeah.
When I got my Romaleo 2s, they were $150. Like, weightlifting shoes are fucking expensive. That's why I like. When I was doing it in Chucks, it was kind of a big fuck you to the weightlifting world. It's like, yo, bitch, I'm using $45 shoes. You can go suck a dick.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But 90's not terrible.
No, it's really good.
Yeah, and like they're way more comfortable than my Nikes were, so I can actually like today.
So wait, what's the lift on those? Is it like 2/3? 2/3. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So you
just that little bit. Helps a lot.
Yeah.
Helped a fucking lot.
Could you tell there was a difference or?
Oh, absolutely. Like I squatted today.
Yeah.
And like
you didn't rock at all. You were.
Didn't rock at all. Like even when I got stuck, to stand up. Like I just felt my foot closer. Like my foot had a better relationship with the ground than the shoe.
Wow.
So like I'll take it. It's a solid. Definitely. But yeah. Oh yeah. So right before you left, there was someone looking for a position at
Yes.
And I applied to it, and I found out that the person who was looking also owned CrossFit Old Fashioned, which was attached to that, and they wanted to call me back to be a CrossFit coach there. So I actually coach every day now.
Nice.
So I went from coaching 2-3 times a week to coaching every day and getting paid for every class.
That is wonderful.
Yes. I got in a car accident.
Oh boy.
It was extremely minor. But basically I realized I fucking could barely afford to feed myself on my coaching salary.
Yeah.
Let alone pay for a deductible.
Yeah.
So I'd ask my parents for help. But
you need to get your shit together.
Homie. So I'm actually I was gonna do online classes, but to be honest, man, like the person I'm talking to is sketchy as fuck. Like they want me to send them a copy of my license and my passport, my social security number. They're like, you have to pay $100. Okay, cool. Where can I pay this $100? Oh, just send me a copy of your credit card. Just send you a copy of my credit card?
No.
Fuck you. I'll wait until the summer semester of Valencia and I'll go to there in person.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm in the process of going back to school for chiropractic.
I remember you said that you wanted to do that, and I'm glad that you're gonna jump back into that. That sounds like a good thing.
So that's where the training's going right now, and it's actually kind of nice
that
I'm waiting until the summer to take classes because now I can focus on training and coaching.
Yes.
Like really fucking focus.
Yeah.
Because American Open Series 2 is in July.
And
I want to fucking have a nice total. Like I told my coach, like, yo, put me on a Bulgarian system, give me tendonitis. I don't give a fuck. Like I want a solid total.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been training pretty much 3 hours a day. So like I just had that comp last week.
Yeah.
On Sunday I had 5 deadlifts and a bunch of other shit. 8x2 squats with a pause on the first one, and like this entire week, like I've gone above 90% pretty much every day. So like I told my coach, like, kill me. So like this is the first week of like extremely intense training and I really like it. Like it's killing me. Like I feel like complete garbage. Like my knees hurt and my ass hurts and my legs hurt.
Yeah.
But, like I love it. Part of why I do this is because it hurts.
Okay. Now, since you're going back and you want to go to chiropractic, so you're completely done with trying to like focus on like education, like with physical fitness and everything.
Wait, okay, so being in a school?
Yes.
Yes. Fuck a school. But I have this other concept. So, like, bureaucracies are complete and utter bullshit. So, like,
yes.
I wanted to look at schools, but I have a homie who had his people. He works out of Detroit, and he has his kids pushing sleds and carrying sandbags and doing all types of strongman shit and, like, learning the mechanics of a hinge, learning the mechanics of a squat, a push, a pull, internal rotation versus external rotation, learning how to program for themselves, learning nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, cool. I can do that. Like, I would fucking love to do that.
Yeah.
And now he is getting ousted.
Why?
School doesn't fit the school's agenda.
Yeah.
It does not fit the school's agenda. So they want no part of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I want to do this, it has to be private.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm being entirely honest, naturally performance professional so they can bring Team Soul does fundraisers so that they could bring people to competitions. My coach, fucking, because he loves his team, spent money that he didn't have to take his people.
Yeah.
That's all I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that I feel like I can make this education thing work is if I have this chiropractic practice. Because if I do this practice, then one, my athletes can go to me for rehab.
Mm-hmm.
I can help them stay healthier on a daily basis. Outside people, and that internal revenue can fund that team.
Yes.
So that I'm not relying on a business or I'm not relying on a coaching salary in order to bring people anywhere or help them achieve anything. I have a practice that feeds.
So what you're gonna do is take a sidestep away from it to get back on that same path.
Exactly. And part of me, honestly, if I'm being entirely honest, I feel extremely conflicted about it.
Yeah, when you talk to me about it, it seemed like something that's like, I don't really want to do this, but it's the option that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like I want to coach.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to feed myself, and I want to be able to train.
Well, that's survival. Like.
Yeah. Well,
that's what those kids in Detroit were learning is how to survive.
I know. But what I'm saying is like, so I have a couple avenues that I can go about right now. So if I tell my parents I'm not going back to school, guess what it is?
Yeah.
Guess what it is?
Finding a roommate.
No, I'm living in my car.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
Yeah. You live out of your car right now.
I pretty much live out of my car. Yeah, like fuck it. Like first day I got that thing, I turned the back into a bed. Like I can definitely live out of my car.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of do I want to go through the process of living out of my car, working as a coach and focusing on my own training to get to where I want to be, or am I going to take this side road, learn a practice that I can bring back to that realm and possibly contribute more to it? But then I feel like I'm selling out by taking a harder, quote-unquote, harder route by doing all this other shit. I'm also taking the easier route by not living out of my car.
Well, it's not the easier route. It's. Do you still plan to like train and do lifting stuff while you're going to school?
Yes.
See, that to me, that
is so I can sustain that. If I'm being like, it's so I can sustain that.
Well, when you were doing CrossFit, when you were having to do really weird hours, like to me it's weird hours that what you were doing. You had
5 to 9.
You had
close, and then they reopen in the afternoon. So it's like, what are you doing in the middle of the fucking day?
Yeah, that type of lifestyle wasn't sustainable in the sense that when you were on it full time, like when you were like, this is what I'm doing, it didn't seem like there was time for anything else. It seemed like and this isn't me like coming at you at all. It felt like I didn't have somebody there like to like hang out with. Like I didn't have my friend. It was like I lost him to this thing that eats his entire day, where he needs 2.5 hours to meal prep every day, and he needs to make sure he has exactly 8 hours of sleep to be able to sustain the next day's workout, and having to gym, find something to do during the middle of the day, then go back to the gym because for some reason they're closed.
In the middle of the day. That's basically what that period is for training, eating, and like building programming. So like if I was allowed to be in charge of programming, that's kind of build programming.
But that's time that you don't have to yourself. That's time still being devoted to that.
Absolutely, but then yes, but I wanna put it this way.
I would say 110%. You give too much.
if I'm being entirely honest, the way I look at it is, I want to get deep with it. So like,
you're obsessive.
I'm extremely obsessive, but at the same time, if I'm pursuing this life, I could either focus on having a significant other and a really good relationship with a lot of people, and be okay with my job.
Yeah.
Or I can find something that relationship with a couple people. And I know it sounds kind of fucked up, but at the same time, what I look at is that industry, that barbell, that's not going to leave me. People are going to leave me. So like, you want to get deep.
That's because you have that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother
podcast. That problem.
That's where it goes, though.
That's a whole nother problem.
That barbell's not leaving me. That industry is not leaving me. So I can give that 110%. People, like, you're my homie. I'm always gonna be like having your back. I know that you're always gonna have my back and shit. But like for the most part, people fucking leave. People fucking walk away. Yeah. So I can spend my life chasing that and like get more and more party, get more and more fucking, or I can.
You're a weight sexual.
Yeah.
You're in love with weightlifting.
I don't want to bang people. I want to bang bars. Slam fucking bars on the ground. That's pretty much all I care about. Yeah.
So when he was talking about like all the different lifts and talking about like this is what I wanted to do, and especially like with that guy in Detroit with the school system, that any of that like ring a bell to you, Cal? Like at least some of it.
Well, I mean, the guy in Detroit, in my opinion, had curriculum and what he wanted to do with the kids to achieve a goal that he wanted them to achieve. You know what I mean? But obviously, that's not what the presidential fitness test, and things like that.
Go ahead, I'll stop.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's not what Ronald Reagan, I believe, is the one who came up with the presidential fitness.
That was before that.
Was it Carter? Who was it?
I feel like it was Reagan, but I don't know.
I think it was Carter.
Okay,
I think it was Carter.
Wait, didn't Carter come after Reagan?
No, Carter was before. It was Carter, Reagan, Bush Sr., Clinton.
I'm pretty sure it was Reagan. I'm pretty sure. Regardless of who the hell it was, that is what physical education or education through physical means is what the United States of America chooses to focus on how to teach the children. This kid in Detroit, man, who did that, I've never heard of anybody going outside the box like that, and that's fantastic that he did that. But like you said, that wasn't what he was hired to do. So, and like what we
said, it lasted
for
2 years. And
Lyndon B. Johnson
created. Get the hell out of here! I don't believe it.
History.
No, I believe it. I'm just saying. I thought it was in the 80s.
I actually want to hear your opinion on something, being that you brought up like
1966. President Lyndon B. Johnson created the President's Physical Fitness Award.
What about the test?
The test itself.
I feel like the test. Yeah, I feel like you have to create you have to build the award and then make a test for the award. So I feel like it would fall.
Well, it would either be him or the person after him.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. But I want your opinion on. So when JFK was the president, he was not. So that shift from it being more of this function to this kind of watered down bullshit fitness, like, where do you think that transition happened, and how did it affect your thought process on?
Well, I wasn't here when JFK was alive.
No, but like the fact that you brought up like when the presidential fitness challenge started. So I just want to know, like, your opinion on that functional fitness versus the watered down, how that happened, and if that affected your initial, because I know that you studied this, so your initial decision to one, go into it, and two, to deviate, like how, and like you were talking about how people train outside the box. So I just want like all those things.
My decision to deviate from it came from nepotism.
Okay.
At school, in my experience, education is all political.
Mm-hmm.
There's no education going on.
Mm-hmm.
When I was going to school as, let's say elementary school, things were uniformed. Nowadays, well, I can, as of how many years ago now? It's been 7 years. 7 years, shit's just like here. Just do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
There's no education involved. When I went to school to learn, to Montclair State I went to, and we learned that it's education through physical means.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to involve the music, the history, the science, the this.
Yeah.
And after
create scenarios.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, skip to Africa. You draw, get a big ass map on the playground and then you skip to Africa. So you're learning multiple things while having fun.
Yes.
But by the time I left, there was nothing like that. It was kind of just like, okay, you use your right foot, kick the ball. There's no positioning.
Yeah,
it became about, you're just gonna go play this sport.
Yeah, it's not. There was no.
That's how
education.
it was. At least for me, that's how it was at Tech. We would pretty much spend an entire gym period, at least for the first day of like the new quarter. We would spend that entire first day like picking our sport or picking what we wanted to do, and then like for the last 15 minutes it was like, all right, open gym, basketballs. If you want to go if you want to go to like the gym, go ahead. If you want to go outside and hang out outside, go ahead. Just walk or do something.
Yeah.
There's no longer education and physical education.
Yeah, and that's
basically what it is.
We had one quarter that was mandatory, like physical health, like not necessarily nutrition or like there was some nutrition, but there was also like we did like our first aid tests, and like they'd even gone as far as, at least for Tech, we had like the boating license and everything that you could get, and then there was the like sexual health and stuff like that they did, and then there was still enough time there for like, all right, pick a sport, that's what you guys are gonna do, or go into the gym and lift weights and do the row machine and pull-ups.
Right, and I love that this gentleman in Detroit was educating them and like you said, the mechanics and the mechanics of what you're actually doing, rather than here's a ball, go play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you could take his idea and box that and do some type of you've got karate school, you have taekwondo school, why not have physical education school?
The problem is people don't want to pay for that.
How many kids think that PE is a bullshit class to begin with?
I'd say 95 is a
low ball to get 95.
It's written off. It's written off. So like,
right.
Yeah,
I'd go hard in the paint though. Like we would play knockout in basketball. I'd go hard.
Yeah, but that's because you were athletic.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean.
I was athletic.
All right. Yeah.
I ate the basketball.
I get that point. Yeah. But yeah.
Just a heads up, we have 5 minutes before I need to reset it. So.
Oh.
But yeah, keep going. We'll just break it. I'll just break it and then reform it.
I don't know. But they send our kids to all types of classes. Nowadays, there's how many times a week do they sit and have a family meal? Maybe none, because there's so many effing activities going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
and on top of that, they expect kids to do 2 and a half to 3 hours of homework.
I mean, they're obviously
In elementary school, they expect you to be able to finish 3 hours of homework that, because of the way things are, they're not necessarily being taught it in class. It's go home and do it, and you'll learn it that way.
That has a lot to do with the curriculum.
Yeah, but they say that these kids have to do that, and then the parents want them to go out and do T-ball or do Girl Scouts or whatever.
Participate in these other shit,
And then they have the nerve to say that these kids get all snowflakey because they get participation awards for being in this stuff. It's not the kids' fault. It's the fact that the parents are pushing them to go out and do these things, and they're paying $20, $30 a week or however much for them to go pay for the award afterwards. If you don't want to do that, find somewhere that isn't going to be part of that thing. Just let the kids play ball. Like I always hear about, well, we don't keep score at Timmy's soccer game because it has an effect on his.
Because it makes him sad.
It makes him sad if he doesn't win. Shit, that's life, bro.
Hey, man, you're not kidding.
When I was a kid, my dad would tell me if I had lost a toy or something, or if I had gotten in trouble, I mean, I would say to him, but that's not fair. He'd come back around and say, kid, life's not fair. Mm-hmm. You're not always going to win. Mm-hmm. You have to learn how to lose. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that gets lost from education. There's more, you have to funnel them through, even in like a physical type of thing. You have to make it easy enough so everybody gets ahead.
Listen, we were doing this, through Captain Paul's, we were doing this baseball tournament, Little League tournament in Princeton.
Yeah.
Right? So we're doing this Little League tournament, doing our thing, and you notice over on the field, every day there's soccer practice going on, right?
On the baseball field?
No, on the soccer field next to the baseball field, right? There's this whole sports complex.
Yeah.
So there's soccer practice going on, and every day at the end of practice, they would have this meeting, and we'd see the coach handing the kids something. We haven't really thought, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Dude, these kids are getting trophies at the end of every practice.
Oh, yeah.
Practice! Wow. Are you kidding me? Like, these kids are going to think things are just handed to them. Mm-hmm. All they have to do is show up. You could be the scrubbiest scrub, and you're still going to get a trophy because you're on the team. That's so nice. I don't know if we're diverting.
No, we're not diverting. You want to be honest? That's how this goes. That's how this goes. We'll get on a topic and then all the way different and be like, what were we on? That's how this goes.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I would if I was a parent and I saw that, I would immediately be like, you need to stop that. You can give everybody else's kid something, but do not give that to my kid. My kid will know how it feels to lose. If you don't give, your best in practice, how do you expect to give the best on the field? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would not want that to happen because even myself, all right, I got 15 seconds. If I didn't, well, if I didn't have the push that I did when I played basketball, like I had to learn my plays. I had to learn, I wasn't even the captain on the team. I had to learn my plays. I had to learn how to, interact with all these people. I was the worst because I didn't make any shots. I still can't shoot for shit, but I caught a lot of fouls. And I had gained the most improved award because I couldn't do anything. And at the end of the season, I was able to do a lot. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. The way that this thing works now is that I need to take a break in the middle of it. So that's where I'll probably, if I ever get ads, I'll probably put mid-roll there. So.
What the hell was that? Oh my god.
That was the phone charger. Frozen phone charger. Well, you thought it was a snake?
I didn't know what that was. I saw a black gecko outside yesterday, and that's what I thought that was, quite honestly.
They climb on the walls everywhere on the outside. Around the outside. Ugh. But yeah, I always felt that and after the season after I got most improved, I got MVP because I got even better at honing my skills because I even had more time then because I was doing something else before. I had more time then to commit to basketball. I would even go and practice there when we didn't have practice days. I would go. MIP
award
drove you to be MVP. Yes,
right.
I think that
Most improved.
yes,
Okay.
the most improved drove me to be MVP.
Yeah.
And those years back to back, we won the championship. Our team had won, and there were really good people out there. The teams were phenomenal, and the fact that we had won the first one was surprising because it was down to the wire. I remember it. The second one, we blew them away because either somebody aged out or whatever. But we had gotten to the point where we were a well-oiled machine and knew what we were doing.
I'm sorry, you said aged out, and it's just really funny because my coach was talking about this morning because we had 3 or 4 people join the barbell club today.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, this is great because we don't have any more super young juniors." He's like, so usually what happens is you're a junior and then you get good and then you age out of juniors and it's like, you suck again. Because it's as a senior, your numbers are shit now. It's as a junior, you were really good as a junior. But as soon as you're in senior, you're like, you're a little bit average. Just a little bit.
Well, that falls back to even boxing and UFC and stuff like that, where they have so many weight classes to be able to.
Weight classes or belts?
Both.
Well, why weight classes then?
The weight class, from junior to senior, that's an age thing, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, somebody that's competing in juniors isn't going to be able to compete with somebody that's been in seniors for 10 years.
Yes. Well. Yes.
But 18-year-old Mitch compared to Mitch now.
Oh, 18-year-old Mitch was a punk.
Exactly.
20. I'm still a punk bitch, but 18-year-old me, I just super duper chilling. Alcoholic.
But my point is, somebody, because you were even going to the gym just to work out, to work out back then.
Yeah.
Take that as the same concept of, being in.
Yeah, but weight classes.
By weight classes,
graduate into weight classes.
No. But what I meant was, let's say, 18-year-old Mitch was, let's say it was 50 kilos.
Okay, but he also wasn't training. That's why I say, because I'll put it this way. I got a homie who's a junior who's 62 kilos. He competes as a 62 kilo lifter.
Yes.
But he's been lifting for over 3-4 years.
Yes.
And he snatches what I snatch, and I'm 74 kilos.
Yes.
So.
But he has more experience.
Well, yeah, I'm saying he has more experience, but he 62, he can probably go to a 69 if he wants to.
Because he can bulk, yeah.
Because it's hard. As he said, it's honestly hard for him to gain weight. But so here's the thing, he's not
Dude, just hang out with me for 2 weeks. You'll gain 15 pounds.
Ask Megan, right?
Yeah, ask Megan. She knows.
But it's not like he's gonna decide, I'm going to go to a 69 kilo class, because here's the thing, dude, if he's a boss in 62 and he's really competitive at 62, then
if he jumps
at 62.
Yeah, if he jumps to 69, he'd go from the top of the pack to the middle of the pack.
Exactly, because I'll put it this way, I made a mistake. I competed as a 77 for this event when I totally should have competed as a 69.
Yeah.
I the way that I've been training, I went there as probably a 66, and then I held on to 69 for a little bit. And I was 70, I was 71, and those are weights that you normally walk around at if you were going to compete as a 69. You just cut 2 kilos.
Yeah, but you bulked 5.
Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is, all of my totals right now, I'm not competitive as a 69 because I got a homie who can fucking jerk 160 kilos as a 69 kilo weightlifter.
Mm-hmm.
His clean and jerk is 145 easy. My clean and jerk's 105. 40 fucking kilo difference there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also, like we talked about, he's been doing it for longer.
Yeah.
If we break it down, I've been doing this for a couple months. but at the same time...
You're comparing apples to oranges, months to years.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, despite me not being competitive as a 69, I'm more competitive as a 69 than I am as a 77.
Yeah.
So, I'm making the jump to be a 77 right now. I competed at 74.5 kilos.
Mm.
So, like, I didn't even weigh in. I didn't even fill out 77.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like, should I try to...
You'd missed your weight. You missed your weight.
Well, I mean, a lot of people weigh in, like... But, like, it's like, should I try to be a 77? But if I'm really trying to get good results, what I've been training for and what I've been training at is a 69. So
why
really
is there...
competitive as 69, really, I should be a 69.
My question would be, why is there an 8 kilo difference? Shouldn't it be every 5 kilos?
I fucking wish.
If it was every 5 kilos, wouldn't you feel more comfortable going as either as a 75 compared to almost an 80?
Yeah, but the spectrum, it's all about the spectrum. But it's different now because there's no more body weight advantage. Like,
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a body weight advantage. So, like, let's say that you were 77, but you could weigh in at 74.5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you would win based on body weight. If you lifted more weight and you weighed lighter, well, guess what? You win. Now there's no more body weight advantage. There
was a percentage there. Okay.
Now it's just you're 77, you're 69, you're 85, you're 94, you're 105, you're 105 plus.
It no longer goes by weight. It goes by class. Yes.
Yeah. So, like, really. So, if I'm being entirely honest, it was a matter of I had more than one coach tell me I'm too tall to be a 69 sustainably, and like Louis Simmons.
I think you could.
I think I could too, but I'll put it this way too. Louis Simmons talks about how he sees a lot of Olympic weightlifters who try to stay slim, when really if you were heavier, you could probably reach a higher potential. So everybody's body type is going to reach a highest potential at a certain weight. So I could bulk too much and lose that potential. I could be too thin and I can lose that potential.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now on this journey to a 77 is really, because I'll tell you what, yeah, I snatched 93 today, but I snatched 91 as a 69. So me gaining 4 kilos got me a 2 kilo increase on my snatch. Like, obviously, it's been a short period of time, so I can't gauge if it's worth it. That's the thing, because I could be more competitive as a 69, or I could be more competitive as a 77, but I don't know.
It's a simple question. At 69, were you on target to hit what you could do now?
Pretty much.
Could you? But
I was training.
Second question.
That weight, and my squat numbers were still shit. My strength numbers were still shit. My speed strength numbers are good.
Let me ask you a second question. At that weight, you said you were on target to continue doing what you're doing now.
Well, homie's 62 kilos and he snatches fucking 95.
As a 69 though, would you think that you'd be able? Do you think you'd be competitive to the other 69s that you saw?
At that event?
Yes.
Yes, more competitive than my 77s. I had a buddy who fucking went for a 160 clean and jerk as a 77. He missed, but the fact that that he cleaned it and jerked it, he just didn't stabilize. Motherfucker, I got 105. Am I anywhere near 160? Fuck no. Fuck no. I definitely would be more competitive competition. But I'm trying to Series 2 in Miami. I'm not going to American Open Series 1 this year. I'm definitely not fucking skilled enough. That's next year, hopefully. Yeah. If I fucking kill myself training, I can go. I'm going to go to Series 2 in Miami. As a 77, I only need 195 kilo total. I have 195 kilo total. I had before, so when I made the decision to do this, it was I needed, when I was 69, I needed like 177. Okay. Fucking had that because I had a 104 clean and jerk and I had a 91 snatch. I had 195 total. Yeah. Guess what? I need 77 to compete in Series 2 American Open. 195. 195. Yeah. I went 1 for 3 on the snatch. If I would have hit all my snatches, I would have had 196 total. Yeah. So then let me ask you this. You're most likely You're most likely competing against people that have cut weight to get to an ideal situation where you bulked
and you weren't sure if you were going to be able to compete at the same level.
Well, okay, at the level that I bulked at, but I was also breaking down this. Everybody tells me I'm too tall to be 69. So
Does it matter? Does it matter your height?
So, once again, I'll break it down. Louis Simmons was talking about. Louis Simmons is like a powerlifter. Dude's like fucking 60 years old, can squat over 600 pounds. He don't give a fuck. He's broken his back.
Yeah.
And he still fucking squats.
Yeah.
Talked about how Olympic weightlifters too often try to stay light when their highest, where the weight threshold for them to reach their highest potential is higher. So, how am I going to know where my potential is if I stay at 69?
Well, you just competed at 77, and you barely made your 195.
Oh, I didn't make my 195. I'm not going to Series 2 American Open until my next meet if I hit those numbers.
But if you were at 69, you would clear 195 no problem.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
it's
this
that simple.
It's not. This is a short window. How long have I been training?
Months.
Months, exactly. So in the grand scheme,
you're not.
In the grand scheme,
you're the way
now,
how you're built though.
Competitive at 69.
How you're built though, you're not at where you are in life, at the height and weight that you are. You're not going to get your frame to be any bigger than what it is now. You can put on all the muscle you want. You can get more weight to you. Your frame is not going to get any bigger to be able to support that much weight.
You know, I honestly do agree with that because I have a buddy who pretty much has a very similar frame to me, except he's like more muscular.
Yes.
Obviously. But he's 77, and he's the first time that he's been 77 and held on to 77 for more than a day in like 2-3 years. You're
gonna have to start walking around and eating more.
He eats 8,000 calories a day, 4,000 in a shake, 4,000 in food. I've been crushing calories and I've been gaining weight, but like
that Big Mac that we were watching,
yeah.
That was almost 4,000 calories.
Yeah.
So you would have to eat that. Essentially, you would have to eat that much food every day.
Yeah, he said that some days he eats fast food 3 times a day.
Dude, 4,000 calories in food?
Yeah. And then 4,000 in a shake.
But
I'm just going to interject for a second.
Yes.
This is the first time I've ever talked about kilos and 69 and athletics at the same time.
It's also been a couple of years, too.
But this is the dude at 77. Like, you could be like, and he's now.
How tall is he?
He's like as tall as I am.
Stand up next to me.
Oh, my foot fucking fell asleep.
Dude, you're tall.
I'm
tall. This is a guy that eats
8,000
calories a day.
Mm-hmm.
And he is this big. If I ate 8,000...
Yeah, this is a video of him.
Shit, he's small.
That's
small.
That's what I'm saying. You'll see him stand up. You'll see his height.
You know what the problem is?
This was him on stage.
You know what the problem is?
Yeah.
You know what the problem is. You know what the problem is. It's very apparent what the problem is. I know exactly where you're coming from here. You were not born with enough melanin.
Yeah,
but he's also been trying to be this weight class for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder why he, like, if it's taken him 2 years to get to maintain this weight, why didn't he
But
go at
he's
69?
you also have to take into account that he's maintaining this. So he's walking around at more than...
No, he's not. He's been walking around at 74, 75.
How long has he been like that?
77? Literally 3 days. And like he's been doing this for 3 years, and he's just finally filled out 77 kilos.
How long can he maintain that?
That's what he doesn't know, but that's with him eating the 8,000 calories a fucking day.
That's to me it doesn't. Why would you want to do?
Because he wants to. His goal is to be a fucking national level athlete. So he doesn't give a shit about career.
Right.
That motherfucker wants to potentially get into the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that would be his career. It's Olympic competition.
That's what I'm saying. So his life is eating and training. So it's not quote unquote sustaining as a chore as much as it's sustaining to reach a goal. And so like Donnie Schenkel is extremely high level weightlifter, and he always talks about this thing. It's not sacrifice, it's prioritization.
Okay, alright, yeah. That's okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I get
What
it.
is your goal? What is your goal? How old are you?
I'm 22.
Alright, so let's say as short as 5 years. Where do you see yourself? What do you want to be doing?
I don't fucking know.
Other than chiropractic, and you don't even really want to be doing that, it's just kind of your...
A medium.
Right.
So like, I don't.
What is your
It's
goal?
the segue.
I don't want to own a CrossFit gym because I don't really care about CrossFit. But what does CrossFit do? Like, I got to teach Olympic weightlifting to a 60-year-old woman.
That's cool.
So like, what does it do? It provides a platform for me to talk about more important things like philosophy and functional movement patterns. So chiropractic is that same medium. It gives me the opportunity to have this conversation about capability, movement, and well-being with people.
Why not sports medicine, physical
therapy?
Yeah.
Someone needs to have a
Not
prescription.
physical therapy. I don't not physical therapy, but like sports medicine.
Sports medicine, yeah.
But
Training, athletic training.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like training, in order, if I wanted to open my own, like the revenue is not extremely.
Right. So chiropractic.
So that's what I'm saying.
Like, so like if I told my parents that like, yo, fuck this, I'm gonna like stay to this industry hard, like this is all I want to do, it would be I'm living out of my car.
Right.
Pretty much perpetually because I don't have anywhere I could go.
Right.
And I don't have any kind of salary that would allow me to even rent a fucking studio apartment.
Yeah.
Like, I can afford to feed myself right now, pretty much, and it's harder because I'm trying to be a 77.
Right.
Whereas before it was harder because it was so time consuming.
But you probably get a good discount at GNC.
I don't look anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, I
Now
thought you still had that job.
I work at 2 gyms.
Okay.
Nope.
What I do, though, is I go to GNC, and I buy their expired products because I used to go to GNC, because I used to work at GNC, so I don't have a problem selling expired products to a former employee because they know that it's fine.
Yeah.
So like I got 2 Vitapaks that were marked down for the price of 1.
Your half-life of the container isn't that bad yet.
Yeah. So like a Vitapak that's running $75, I got for 31, 32 bucks, and because they were expired, he gave me 2 for the price of 1. So I got 2 for half of the price of 1.
Yeah.
Expired product, fuck yeah.
Right.
Because I used to work there, so I know.
That's cool.
I can do that.
Even though that date's on there.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they can either throw it away or they can sell it to me. And I'll tell you something, they'd rather get the 30-something bucks than throw it away.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Their business, that's what they need.
Yeah, man.
But because of that exact scenario where we're talking about like the amount that I have to eat, like I try to be entirely honest, as much as like, so like my focus right now is I want to be an athlete, but I understand that it's going to be a long road for me to be an athlete. Because
Oh, yeah.
I'm just fucking started.
Right.
But all the people I listen to, like the best coaches, except like, so like I'll take my coach as an exception because like he competed, but he didn't compete in an extremely high level. He's a fantastic coach. But like a lot of like the people who run their own seminars, like extremely high level coaches, they were all athletes first. So if I want anybody to take me seriously when I'm trying to coach them or I'm trying to train them, and I haven't even been to nationals, then fuck am I?
So isn't
You're someone who knows more than they do.
Absolutely.
But
if I wanna be able to take someone through what it takes to get to that level, because that's
you need to go through
But
it.
you'll always be more advanced than they are.
No, not true. Not absolutely not. Because like my coach, like all of his lifters, pretty much all his top dog lifters outlift him. Why? Because he's a coach. So it's like
After a certain point, though, it's all right. I just add this weight incrementally.
Yeah.
After a certain point, it becomes a natural progression.
Yes, it becomes a natural progression, but that doesn't mean that there's not minor tweaks that you need. It doesn't mean that there's not relationship management. You're a coach, but at the same time, these are people.
Mm-hmm.
You need to understand the emotion that this person is.
Oh my god. A lot of it's a mess.
Yeah, well, so I'll put it this way. Like, Danny Cunnliingus was the dude who oversaw my USA weightlifting. One of his people is extremely talented, extremely popular. She was at Olympic trials, and she just missed out on going to the Olympics. Is it about coaching at that point? Or is it about relationship management? who was also an extremely high-level weightlifter, almost having gone to the Olympics. So, who has that? Him.
Yeah.
Who can relate to that athlete? Him. Would another coach? No. They can try, they have sympathy. If I at least get to nationals and I fuck up, whatever, I can have a conversation with somebody. I can also say, hey, like, it's building a training resume. I made it to nationals. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking, I made it to nationals. Like, that's not what it's about. It's about having validity in what I'm trying to get past. It's about telling you that I can take you from this minimalist point to help you reach a super high expression of what this craft is. Because it's not exercise.
Let me ask you this then.
It's expression. It really is expression.
Let me ask you this then. Why not, after you do it all, why not just do seminars? Why not talk to people? Because that's what you want to do, is open a dialogue and communicate. Why not give yourself that platform?
I can't do that until I fucking have a reason. Like, what makes me...
Two
years from now, 2 years from now,
but let me,
2 years from now, I haven't made it to nationals, I haven't placed, I haven't podiumed, I haven't done anything.
Okay.
What makes my seminar different from anybody else's seminar? Or am I just an asshole trying to sell a concept and make a buck? I'm just an asshole trying to sell a concept and make a buck.
No, you experienced it, and you can explain, as opposed to somebody that wins all the time. You can explain, all right, so this is how I failed. The next time that I went, and the next time I'm going to go, this is how I would approach it because of this scenario.
Yes, what I'm saying is this is more than a 2-year thing. Like, seminars are far, far, far away.
Oh yeah.
I have many things I have to do before that's even a consideration.
Yeah.
So that's like very far away. That can't be my concept right now because I need to focus on what's in front of me. Yeah, like the overall goal is I want to teach people. That's why I want to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of finding have that conversation most efficiently and most commonly.
Podcast and chat.
That's actually, so I'm not gonna. Oh, I can't say it. Damn.
Is it a secret?
Well, no, I can't say because I already said the name of the gym that I train at.
Oh.
But
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's gonna be funny.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like, and that would, to me, that would be the platform to, like, you can have people, you can have that girl on that just barely missed the Olympics. Like, you can have her on and be like, all right, what was, my point is, you can have her on and be like, all right, I know you plan to go 2020 and this, that, and the next thing. What are you doing now to make sure that you attain that goal? What is the management now that you're going to do, so that way every day leading up to the next trial, you know, you're going to accomplish it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a beautiful thing, and I probably like that is an attainable goal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, should that be my focus right now, or should my focus be not necessarily monetization, but how am I supposed to make a living doing this? Like, how am I supposed to feed myself doing this? Because, I'll quote Donnie Schenkel again, you have to be selfish. Mm-hmm. You absolutely have to be selfish, because how am I supposed to help anybody if I can't help myself? If I can barely feed myself, how the fuck am I supposed to help you? If I'm struggling, how the fuck am I supposed to help you? If I take time to dedicate everything I'm doing to this, trying to understand this, fucking learning as much as I possibly can, and then I'm an asset to everybody. And when everybody gets better, everybody gets better. But the only way that you're going to do that is by being selfish by yourself. If everybody was selfish and helped each other at the same time, everybody would do better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a bad thing to be selfish, apparently. Nobody wants to be selfish, but at the same time, you have to realize that if you want to reach the highest expression of anything, you have to be selfish. You have to. Or you're not going to reach that highest expression. So it's where do you draw this line? Where do you draw this balance? It's a fucking difficult decision. So where am I going to be in 5 years? I don't fucking know.
Right.
5 years ago, I tried to kill myself. 5 years ago, I was addicted to substances. So, do I think I'm here right now? No. It's 5 years from now.
You get squirrely as fuck when you get hyped.
I do. But yeah, that's really how I feel about it. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. I really have absolutely no idea, and I really, as much as I think it's great to have goals, I also feel like it puts a limit on things. So like I could say I want to do this, but guess what? As soon as I say I want to do that, not only is it something to shoot for, but it's also a cap. So like I had someone the other day be like, oh well, it's not like you're gonna go to Olympic Village or Olympic Trials or like in Colorado or do anything like that. And like as much as like that's totally not what I want to do. It's totally not what I want to do. But at the same time, am I going to say you're right?
Yeah. Well, who the fuck are you to tell me that?
Yeah.
What
that to me, that my baking and pastry arts teacher, she told me that the way that I approach things at in class, that I wouldn't be able to cut it at JWU because of how they ran stuff. I was able to cut it because I did everything very well, and a lot of my stuff was fucking beautiful. It's just I couldn't conform to that schedule, like the way that they had made things, and I guess I kind of put it on myself that like I would work after my classes when I should have worked before my classes, but there has to be a motivator there, and somebody saying, "Oh, you're not ever going to do that." To me, that's the motivator of maybe I will. You know what? Just because you said that, I'm going to go do it.
Absolutely. And at the same time, it's like you could agree with them because that could not be in the books for you. But at the same time, as soon as you agree with them, then you're putting a cap on where you could go. Mm-hmm. It's like, why the fuck would anybody want to put a cap? Well,
here's
on what they're
it's only a cap if you don't plan to keep progressing. Okay. You plan to keep progressing.
Agreed.
If you say, let's say. The only way it's a cap is if you get to the Olympics and say, okay, I'm done. Yeah, I made it. See you guys. I'm going to go find the donuts. Peace out.
I'm going to eat 8,000 calories and donuts. I made it to the Olympics. No, but after you make the Olympics, and then you start working on your endorsements and your, you know what I mean? And
that's when
you're teaching and
your goals will shift at that point. It's not that you're capping. Right. It's that after a certain point, you can't go further. I mean,
but at the same time, I don't want, like, it's not like that's what I want to do.
Yes.
But why should I also accept that it's not what I'm going to do?
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Well, because right now you have no idea what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So why should I accept a not, and why should I accept something that is concrete and something that's not? Why should I accept either of them?
How many times when you've been around me has somebody said something and I said, you know what, just because you said that, I'm going to go do it?
Oh, at least 5.
And they were all major things. Yes. And look at where I'm at now. I'm hosting a podcast that when we said that we were going to do a podcast, somebody's like, why are you going to do that? It's like, because we want to. It's what we want to do. I go write a TV script, and that I might actually turn into a comic book now. So it's working. We're going to work towards that way, hopefully. Oh, yeah. Somebody says, why are you going to write that? You don't know how to write. Obviously, I don't know how to write, but this is what I've done. That's
what are you doing? Like, what is that person who's telling you not to do that doing?
Exactly. They're still in the same position. They're still in the same place in life. They have not progressed with anything.
Exactly. So
they had no goal in place. Where I had a goal like, I'm going to accomplish this. All right, now what do I do with it? What can I do with it? So I looked at what I could do. Hey, it's TV. Cool. TV didn't look like the thing. All right, let's try a comic book. Comic books are like TV. They're like TV on paper. Mm-hmm. Each issue is a different episode. You know, that, to me at that point, it's not about, you can get a job anywhere. You can work anywhere. You can, if you walk into the right place, you'll strike gold eventually. Mm-hmm. It's not that hard.
All you need is a chance.
Yeah. All you really need is that chance to go in. And going out and doing what you want to do to pursue what you want to pursue, if every time you do that, you succeed because you're proving somebody else wrong. Because they're the ones that are going to say, why are you doing that? Mm-hmm. How come you're not going to do what we're doing? Mm-hmm. You're doing better than how they're doing because they haven't pushed themselves to go do something. Yeah. every person from my high school that has not gone out into the world or decided that they were going to go to community college for 2 years and, explore the town and stuff like that, they're trapped in a rut. Mm-hmm. They're trapped in the community that's going to eat them. It's going to eat them alive. And they are going to realize at 30, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing? Why am I still here? How come I'm not living that life of luxury that I imagined at 18? Why haven't I progressed somewhere?
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Myself in 5 years? What I want is I want to publish my TV script as a comic book.
Which is about what, by the way? Don't tell me.
It's. I'll let you read this. I'll let you read the pilot.
Is it a lot?
No, it's only 20. It's only 20 pages. It's only 20 pages.
That's not it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just dialogue.
Is it typed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, it's a characterization of my adventures with my friends in high school. Okay. It's about, not my trials and tribulations, but like the events that we had went to and what we had done, and and we made it interesting in a sense.
Is that 20 pages is only one episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine each episode as a book.
As a minute.
A page is a minute. Yeah. A page is a minute in screen time. So you imagine 20 minutes of screen time plus commercials, that's 30 minutes.
Okay.
It was originally meant to be a half hour dramedy, like Futurama. Okay. Like imagine Futurama, but like set in the room. It can be. Yeah. You can easily make it a cartoon, but it's set in 2011 is the base year and everything. It's just everything progressing up to that point.
Okay, so in 5 years, you're going to take this?
I'm going to take it. I would love to see the comic book flourish, even if it's only like, hey, you're that famous guy that has that comic book in Florida, about high school. It kind of looks like the Breakfast Club met Clerks,
That first edition is going to be very important.
Yes, very.
I would love to have a copy of that.
Yes, everybody will have a copy of that.
All right, cool.
But seeing that flourish into what I would love to see it, there's only 5 seasons worth of material that it can do. So after that point, it's all right. Shop it around to a network, see if I can get The Walking Dead treatment somewhere, like something like that. Because literally every network now is trying to find their comic book property to turn into a TV show. Mm. That's what they're doing now. So in 5 years, when each network has their own live streaming app that they put their original content on, because they're all trying to catch up with Netflix and Amazon and Hulu.
Yeah.
When they finally catch up to them, they're going to say, all right, we need more original content programming. We don't have to be structured to FCC regulations. It's on the internet. We don't have to conform to, you can only say shit once in a season, or right. You can't say this, you can't say that.
Right.
At that point, it becomes open to more things that people have written. It becomes open to more literature. You get that experience to be able to take in everything.
Okay, so let's say you're able to turn this into a TV production or an internet production.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then what?
Yeah.
What
happens after year 4 or 5?
After year 4 or 5, I would follow the Rooster Teeth model, which is open up a real production company and start working with other people's ideas. Mm. Give them the platform that I had, so they can accomplish what they want to accomplish. Even right now, I want to start getting into gaming streaming. I have everything right here to do it.
Yeah.
I just need another computer to run what I need to run, and I can do it. Getting that content in there as well to build the platform for more production. It gives you the opportunity to interact with more people, especially because you're online more.
Do you think doing this and that is focusing heavily on 2 separate things?
No, because when you're not doing that, you have time for. Yeah, it takes one. You need one mindless activity to take your mind off the other. When you're sitting in front of a blank screen for 5 hours straight, you need to be able to clear your mind.
Do
So
you think your blank screen is still blank because you're thinking about this?
no, I think for me sometimes maybe,
You know
but
what I mean? Or you're not giving 100% because you're thinking, oh wait, I should go write that down about this. I know you don't write it down.
That's
You know what I mean? I know you don't write it down, but I don't know. I'd like to see you focus on something.
Oh yeah, and that's
do that with everything rather than.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've got 1,000 million ideas, and I know 1,000 million is not a number.
I'm the idea guy.
But right, yeah. I mean, you have some really awesome ideas. I'd love to see you run with it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the horse.
It's every time I have an idea, it's all right. I need this, and this. All right, it's gonna take me this long to get this. That's for me. It's that crossing. It's that bridging point of I need the materials to be able to go do that.
Yeah.
So it becomes a game of
you need
how
to feed yourself before you can feed others.
Yes.
Right.
I need the materials to make what I'm doing before I can even put it out there. Because even Nick will back me up on this.
Nickelback.
Nick,
I was like, Nickelback? Really?
Nick will back me up on this when I say that we haven't touched our most recent episode since before the holidays. And that's because of everything going on. It's just been so hectic. Like, I just haven't had the time to sit down and like give myself to it.
Yeah.
To be able to sit down for X amount of time and be able to,
Really just
blurt it all out there. It's up here. I have it. I even have some of it written down because somebody told me, is like, you need to write it down if you're not going to do it immediately. You have to make sure you put it somewhere so that way you don't forget it.
Yeah.
So I did, and I know I have it, and it's safe, and nobody can take it from me. I have it.
Okay, I mean, you keep pointing to it.
It has my name printed on it. Nobody can take that from me.
But you agree?
No, below that, the Writers Guild.
Oh.
I have the registry. I have everything I need for that. So I know what I can do with it. It's just getting it to the point where I can do something with it. Kind of like how Kevin Smith was, yeah, let's do Clerks 3. All right, let's do Mallrats.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, what are we going to do now? Nobody wants to do these things. It's like, all right, let's just do Jay and Silent Bob again. We have the rights to those. Nobody can stop us. Nobody's going to say no. We have the money to do it ourselves. Do it.
That's the issue with Clerks was nobody wanted to do it.
The issue with Clerks was that Miramax was willing to do it. Like, they were willing to. They were 2 months away from production.
That's what I heard.
And then, lo and behold, he says, "No, I don't feel like doing it."
Who?
Jeff Anderson, Randall. He was the one that was like, "I don't feel like doing it. I want to direct my own stuff now. Like, I don't want to be that guy that does all the Kevin Smith stuff. I want to be my own thing."
What? I mean, that's
Here's
so
the thing.
Randall.
That is a Randall thing to do. Here's the thing though. Kevin was the same way when Scott Mosier said, I really want to branch out and start doing my own stuff. Like, I'm glad I've got to work with you for 10 years, and I'm glad, we've built this thing here that, sustains us. But I need to pursue myself. Mm-hmm. Kevin has never been the guy that's like, no, you have to be with me. He's always, go do it.
Yeah.
When you're ready to come back, let me know.
Yeah. And
we will pick up the next thing. Mm-hmm. That's why he didn't make any movies, for a while, is because he had nobody to work with and he burned all his bridges. So you have that scenario. But now you're in a position where he had to rely on other people to get his stuff made because of property and whatnot. Now him and Jay own the rights to Jay and Silent Bob. If somebody wanted to use those characters, they would have to go to him. They don't have to go to a studio. You have to get in contact with him directly.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's what can I do with my own creation and trying to put it out there. He has the money. I don't have the money. That is the barrier between being able to produce something yourself and having somebody else have to be like, I like this, let's do it.
That makes sense.
And that's not saying that I don't like that model. It's that in time, that model is going to be lower and lower on, like, there's going to come a time when they will say that, all right, give us your ideas, we'll make them up. There will come a time when that happens. YouTube has proven that. It took them years to be able to figure out, YouTube Red for their own original shows. But now anybody can go on YouTube, get 1 million views, and YouTube will approach them and be like, hey, we really like your content. You have a lot of people following you. Let's do something.
That's true.
And you get a half-hour show once a week. They'll pay you residuals. They'll pay you to be able to do your stuff. That's what I want to do. I want to create. I want to create for myself. And I want to be able to get to a point where I am sustained off of what I've created. Now let me help other people with what they want to create.
Exactly.
Because that's the whole process, is just giving back and making.
Get there first.
You have to get there first.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Yeah. No, I understand.
So yeah, does that answer that question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something for you to think about, really.
Yeah, and I will put my nose to the grindstone and work where I need to work and get the job done, but that's my end goal. I'm not dedicated to the economic grind as much as I am. I want to get my stuff made. I want to do my thing. And because my thing is so freeform, I can put it off and push it in a different vein.
Do you think you can get your stuff done by helping someone else first?
Oh yeah. And I always try to do that. Whenever I had a guest on, I would always put their stuff in a description or tweet them out or say, hey everybody, check out this person or check out this band, check out what this person's doing.
I don't mean that. I mean, you want to do this, you want to do production.
Yes.
So, why not help find somebody in the area doing a bigger production?
Mm-hmm.
Link in with that.
Mm-hmm.
Follow them around for a little bit.
Start working with people.
Right, and
Yeah.
then, you're depending on your relationship with the person, and like, hey, listen, what do you think of this? You know what I mean? What kind of advice can you give me about this? And, I don't know. I mean, it's just a road.
Yeah.
The only problem
You have
is
to-
here is pretty dead.
Yeah, it's dead here.
Here's a
Well,
hard area.
I keep looking elsewhere. I keep looking at different places, and
I agree.
when I went to that Kevin Smith screening, I was like, I would fly. I was like half tempted to be like, if he's gonna do the production in Canada, I'm half tempted to fly to Canada just to work on his shit, just to be a personal assistant and do everything. I would go that far just to be able to be like, I'm working with this. Let me get what I need to get here and take it back with me.
Absolutely.
That's what Chicago was all about with podcast movement. It was like, I need to go here to learn what I need to learn. And I did. And I finally have what I need to be able to do that. I just need somebody around to talk with.
Aww.
Or else it sounds like the ramblings of a madman.
Hey, fucking Christopher Ryan on Tangentially Speaking has a whole fucking sector called Ranting Out My Ass.
Bill Burr's podcast is just him ranting into the microphone. Even Stanhope sometimes it's just him, and that motherfucker go for 4 hours just by himself. My brain isn't wired that way. I need somebody to bounce back and forth with. Oh, I could do that. I could. I would need to figure out the connection, because I've had people on Skype to talk with, so I can do it. It's just getting the connection right and making sure it's recordable.
All right, that's cool.
But
that would be fun. I'd call it your radio show, podcast show.
Yeah, same thing.
yeah, call in. Skype, call in.
No, but she said podcast show.
Oh yeah.
What would
So
be the proper-
podcast
what
is
the
just
podcast?
it.
Is it a show?
It's a cast on a pod. But
Oh, yeah,
it should not be show after a word.
Semantics.
Alright, podcast show program. Oh Lord have mercy.
But yeah, I think we accomplished
Can I
enough.
shoot before?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
Shoot shit now. I have
Yeah.
two questions about when we first started. First and foremost,
Yes.
why would you take so many effing orders if you can't fill them by Christmas? Why are you taking 1 million orders if you can only do 77% of them?
There's another problem with that, and it was the people working there that after a certain amount of time they just broke down. Like they physically and mentally broke down. Like they just couldn't handle it.
Okay. And secondly, why are
If
they
they were-
holding on to moldy air filters in the back?
I don't even think they knew about them. I honestly think they were left there by the last person. I think that there was...
Alright, these things are just weighing in my head. Like, why?
Yeah, I know, especially because of family background, I know that you know what I was talking about is legit. Like, there are certain things you just can't do.
Right.
So, there's... We know.
Right.
We know that there's, like, especially with, like, fire exits, like, you can't do that.
Yeah, right. I don't care why they're holding on to dirty air filters.
I
Dude, throw it right in the garbage.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to put this in the bathroom.
I'm not touching it. I don't want to get infected with any mold or anything. Like, I don't...
Somebody did.
Somebody had to do it, and I don't want to know who it was. Or better yet, I would not want to know who it was, because then I would have to say something.
Right.
I would be obligated to say something.
Right, that's all I ask.
Those are your only two questions?
Well, I mean, as far as that was yeah. I like you both, though. You guys are you're at the beginning of your road right now.
So the problem is...
The problem is we're beginning of the road.
It's a hard...
It's turn, man.
hard.
It's turn, yo.
Dude, it doesn't matter which turn
Paths
you
of
take.
destiny, man.
It doesn't matter which turn you take. Because, I mean, speaking from experience, I was at the beginning of my road, and I took this road, and then I got off that road, went down this road. It's where life leads you. Just choose a fucking road and go for it, though. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit here waiting for someone to be like, this is your exit here.
Yeah.
No, choose a road.
That's-
try it out. It
That's
doesn't work,
where...
take another road.
That's where everybody else is at. Like,
Yeah.
from back home, like,
Waiting.
they're waiting for somebody to tell them, this is your road. This is your road.
Well,
Well, all the people I know, like, that I'm friends with, are like, all right, this is the road I'm taking. I'll see you guys later. Hit me up.
Yeah.
It's like, I gotta go this way. I'll check in on you guys. We'll hit it up.
Also, people not walking out on you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not walking out. I mean,
It's
your
till the
friendships-
next time.
Yeah, your
It's till next
friendships-
time.
Your friendships will always remain.
Yeah.
You're not going to see each other every day. You're not going to talk to each other every day.
I
have a
can't.
best friend that I haven't talked to physically talked to in over a year, and she's actually down here. But if I were to go knock on her door right now, she'd be like, come in, what's going on? You know what I mean? Just because you don't see these people every day doesn't mean they're not your friends. Life changes what you're able to do and sit down and do with these people on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
They're not following that same road.
No, absolutely.
You know what I'm
And they
saying?
shouldn't.
So people aren't bad. I mean, I don't know your history, and I just don't know if you don't see
He's been with some shitty people.
and that's to help build who you are.
Exactly.
But don't think that just because somebody doesn't call you today,
Oh,
they're not thinking about you, or
It's not that.
you know what I mean. They're not abandoning you. I hate when you use that word because I don't know.
It's not about so like when I talked about that, it was more about terms of intimacy, not friends.
Which is a whole nother.
Yeah, a whole nother podcast.
There was a huge
When
problem.
is that?
When are you free again?
I could probably do so. Like Saturdays, I work at 9 a.m.
Uh-huh.
and Sundays I work from 9 to 12.
Okay.
So like weekends I'm pretty open. The only problem with weekdays
Okay.
is that I coach every night at 6 p.m. regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I can't do anything until after that.
Yeah.
Or super early in the morning because I have to be back by 6.
Yeah.
And I have to get my training in. Monday's a rest day.
Mm-hmm.
So like really like.
I'll tell you what. I'll keep my weekends open.
Okay.
I will keep my weekends open.
And you guys have to let me know when you're doing this so I can listen and call in.
We're always looking at our phones during the show and just trying to see how everything's going.
Really? Because I haven't seen you pull up something.
I've looked at my phone probably 3-4 times.
You slipped it. You're like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. Just kidding. He really wants to talk to all of you.
No, I know Nick, but I don't.
They've never met.
Gotcha.
Nick is also my editor for the show.
He's the one you brought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, they're still out there protesting. BuzzFeed is there. Shit, I should have stayed. I could have got on BuzzFeed.
Dude, get your shit and go.
I won't go
Sure, there's parking spots.
No, there isn't.
Dude,
Everything.
I'm sure people have left.
No, they're still there. They just let people. The actual rally didn't start till 6.
Oh, okay.
They let people in at 3 to be able to be like, all right, this is our cap. So at 6 o'clock they weren't funneling people in.
Yeah.
God forbid that man miss a time slot. So, it's just there's.
Well, I just want to take a look on picking your rose. That's all.
Thank you.
And if that's not the one for you.
Mhm. All right, I think it's time to wrap it up. You got anything you want to talk about?
Pretty much everything that's got to be said. And either way, we got like 7.5 minutes if we want to talk about anything else. And you know damn well if we start talking about something else, it's going to be another half hour at least.
Yeah. I mean, we could. I can keep recording. That's not an issue.
But I do have to poop.
Then how about this? We have 7 minutes. Take a poop break. Come back, and we'll knock out a half hour. And we will cut it at a half hour.
Okay, but do we have anything to talk about?
3 months worth of podcasts that we've listened to talk about things that we've learned. Shit, Alex Jones and Rhonda Patrick were both on JRE, and we have not had a complete conversation about either of them.
That's true. I also haven't listened to the full Rhonda Patrick. I mean, I did learn that broccoli sprouts were way better for you than regular broccoli and kale. Alex Jones was just really fun.
Well,
Interdimensional child molesters.
Interdimensional child molesters are running the secret government.
I mean, I thought it was funny. Overall,
it was,
the podcast, I really enjoyed it, but I thought it was funny.
Oh, yeah. It was...
Steve McCrowder, I didn't listen to it. I heard he was my page.
I was at 25 minutes. The 25-minute mark, and they did like a cut of the marijuana debate that him and Joe had. So they had a 33-minute cut of it, and I was at minute 25 when we started, and I was like, all right, I gotta finish this later. So it's like, but like the gist of it is like, obviously Joe's very passionate about it because like that's his shit. They were both drinking because the conversation wasn't going well at first, so they boozed up just to talk like friends a little bit more. But I think Joe got to the point because he was like calling him fuckface and shit. Joe got to that point where he's just like, he calls him, he's like, "Come on, fuckface! Like, what are you talking about?"
Oh my god!
But here's the other part of that. Crowder went on the defensive very fast.
Okay.
Young Jamie even got in on it and was just like, wait. I have looked at your sources. I have pulled up your sources to, you're saying, here are your articles. These are your sources that you've used for those articles. Let's pull up those sources. Because that's what he does. Young Jamie is your fact checker.
Yes.
He checks all the facts. Even with Alex Jones, he checked the facts.
Yes.
And a lot of his shit came back true, but that doesn't mean...
So I had no problem with Alex Jones.
Yeah. I gotta pee too. So yeah, I think at this break we'll just take a quick break and then we'll be right back.
I would say, or we could have a non-podcast conversation.
Oh yeah, we could do that too.
There's some things I want to say that I can't say on there.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that instead. And you know what? We'll just save it for next time. So it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
We will do another one of these again soon. I want to, as of right now, I want to do another one to make up for January because I didn't do one in January. So I'm trying to get back to at least once a month. Come in. I want to get back to at least once a month. So hopefully we can at least meet that schedule. Yeah, we're just about to wrap up. It's okay. Nah, we're... Yeah, they're fine. So, it's good seeing you again. We need to do this way more often.
I agree. Yo, thanks to y'all for listening, man. Like, appreciate the fact that you're taking fucking 2 hours out of your day to listen to us talk about shit.
Yeah. Today's date is the 18th. If I do not have this up by the end of the month, I'm a piece of shit. So, I will make sure this is up before that. Like, everywhere. I'm making sure it's up on iTunes and everywhere. Before.
Is that live stream?
Yeah, that was the BuzzFeed. I don't know why I kept opening. Alright. That was Mitchell, Robert, and Kelly together. Have a good night, guys.
Good night. Peace, yo.